Welcome to another edition of Let's Play Ring of Honor 2015. This is a few days removed from ROH Proving Ground, our second pay-per-view of 2015, where we saw Homicide and the Briscoes defeat the Kingdom in the main event, and we saw what I believe one tournament match and one of the more two tournament matches between Brian Kendrick and R.D. Evans and Kyle O'Reilly and Michael Elgin. Also, we saw match number 2 of the best of 5 series between Bad Influence and the Young Bucks. Also, and finally, Jay Lethal, ACH. Their feud came to a head, or so we thought. It seems as though Truth Martini has found his another client this time, or in this case, it is Chris Hero. This feud has come to a close. Chris Hero joins the feud against the Kingdom, and I just realized that you did not see any of that. I am using a different editing software, recording software rather, than I normally do. I'm in the middle of getting a new one, so this is a temporary fix. But we are going to hit up the next round's matches, or finishing off round 2 rather, with Rob Echoes versus the Big O. And actually, out of curiosity, I just want to see if you guys can see this. You are not seeing anything. Well, I'll just book it like this then. You seeing it now? Yeah. I really don't like this editing software. That's why I don't use it that much, or stopped using it, because when you think about it, aren't you supposed to be able to see what's going on? Like, I just went in and did stuff and you won't even know. But I guess that's the problem when you're using a free version of a paid program. Now we move to the next match, which is going to be on your screen in a second, but it's on my screen right now. As another round 1 match. Let me change this guy's name, as it will be Mr. Gargano, Johnny Gargano, versus the man, the myth, the legend himself, TJ Perkins. And I'm gonna let the game decide who wins between TJ and Johnny Gargano, and I'm gonna book this final first round match because I'm missing the other guy who's supposed to win the tournament. He hasn't signed yet, so yeah. And for this one, you'll have to wait and see who wins, because it's going to be a surprise. It's the Enforcer versus Caprice Coleman. just have to wait and see what happens there. You'll have to wait and see for that. But as you can tell, it is 3 different tournament matches tonight. And now it's time for me to book the main event. And it will be a big main event as the phenomenal AJ Styles puts out an open challenge. Open for anyone to accept. And it's accepted by the ROH veteran, the man who returned to Ring of Honor at ROH Proving Ground in the first tournament match of the night. That's right, Brian Kendrick will be the man who accepts AJ Styles' open challenge, which is what I'm setting up now, by the way. I know you can't see. And now we're gonna have we will have okay. Let's go with this one. Kevin Kelly, Nigel. Let's talk about Rob Echoes, TJP, Johnny, and the nah, screw it. Let's talk about the Big O. And then I'm gonna throw. I was gonna throw something out there, but changed my mind because that would give away who wins. And there's one match on this show that you don't know who wins, and I want to see who you think wins. So right now, put your comment down in the comment section below. Who do you think wins the match between the Enforcer and Caprice Coleman? Okay, now that you put your comment down in the comment section below, your guess, let's go to the show. As Kevin Kelly and Nigel welcome us to the broadcast, welcome us to the Hammerstein Ballroom in Queens, New York City, and welcome us to the next episode of Ring of Honor Television. As the tournament, the 16-man tournament continues, where the winner of this tournament will get a shot at the champion of their choice. Now, Rob Echoes advances to the second round of the tournament, defeating the Big O. And Caprice Coleman advances to the second round of the tournament with a victory over the Enforcer. A surprise roll-up takes down the Enforcer and gets Caprice Coleman a surprising, nay shocking, victory against the big man from Los Angeles. Speaking of a guy from Los Angeles, California, it is the debut of Johnny Gargano. And Johnny Gargano debuts in big fashion as Johnny defeats the returning T.J. Perkins in probably one of the best and one of the most highly rated tournament matches thus far in this tournament with a 54. And we move to the next match as AJ Styles makes his way to the ring and issues an open challenge to anyone backstage willing to wanting to prove themselves against the former IWGP World's Heavyweight Champ. And it is accepted by the man who returned to Ring of Honor at ROH Proving Ground, Brian Kendrick. And AJ Styles is victorious against Brian Kendrick. And though I did not include a picture, these two men followed the code of honor following the match, with both men shaking hands after a solid match. That by far was one of the better shows I've done. Not just based on rating, but based on quality of match. Now, if only the quality of the audio was as good as this show, we would be going somewhere. But let me know in the comment section what you think. If you agree with the game, that this show was very good. I mean, that this show is as good as the game thinks. Which the game thinks it's average. Do you think it was average? Do you think it was good? Did you find yourself drifting during the show because you were imagining what these matches would be like in real life? If so, let me know in the comment section. And if you like one of these guys and you want to see more of Johnny, TJ, or anybody else featured on this show, let me know also, once again in the comment section, who you want to see more of. And don't forget to like, subscribe, all that stuff, for more content just like this that you can only find right here at Wrestling Express. Till next time. Later.